Hey, welcome to Simple, Healthy, and Cheap. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an easy and delicious lentil soup. And so the first thing we're going to start out with is our lentils. This is a 16-ounce package of lentils that I have rinsed and sorted through. And I've used this little colander with the fine mesh strain on the bottom to go ahead and rinse it out. And I'm going to be using a crock pot. So anyway, here's my crock pot. First thing I'm going to do is dump in my lentils. The next ingredient that we have in our lentil soup is onions. And these are some onions from my garden that I chopped up and froze earlier this summer. And you could just go ahead and use 1 or 2 onions, depending on your taste, and chop them up pretty well and dump them in. The next thing that I'm going to be adding is carrots and celery. Now, a lot of people feel like they have to always peel their carrots. If you can get some organic carrots, some locally grown carrots that you know that the soil is good, you really just need to scrub them off. And I just use this kind of a scrub brush and I scrub my carrots, then I just chop them up. But if I use the regular conventional carrots, that's fine too, but I do take the peel off of those. So anyway, let me show you how many carrots I'm using today. I have about that many carrots, which is 6 small carrots, and then I have 2 celery stalks that I chopped up as well. And I'm going to throw all this into my crock pot also. Kind of a messy cook here. There are carrots rolling all over the table, which I can deal with later on. Anyway, that's all there is to it. The next ingredient that I'm going to use in my lentil stew are tomatoes. And also I had a lot of tomatoes come out of my garden this year. And the way that I deal with my tomatoes is when they come out of the garden, I peel them and I throw them in the freezer, but I freeze them flat. And so they actually can go in my freezer a little bit better. But I took one of them out already and I use about half a package. This is probably about 1 cup of processed tomatoes. You could use a can of tomatoes, a large can or a small can, depending on your taste, how tomato you like things. But that's about a cup worth of tomatoes. And this will all cook down, so don't worry. The other item that I'm going to have in my lentil soup, of course, is garlic. Now, I am only using 1 clove only because I only have 1 clove today. I would probably be using at least 2 or 3, but this is all I had, so this is what's going in my soup. Anyway, I just peel off the outer paper of the garlic, like so, and I have my garlic press, and I'll just put this in here like this, and press it into my soup. You could also use some garlic powder or granules, or you can use the pre-crushed garlic that comes in the little jar at the grocery store. That'll work as well. The next couple ingredients are totally optional, but I want to tell you about them. This is kind of an unusual item, and it is a red pepper paste. Regular red tomato paste will work absolutely fine as well, but the red pepper paste is definitely something that if you can ever get your hands on it, you should try. It's delicious. It keeps in your refrigerator for quite a long time. I'm going to put in a really good sized tablespoonful like that, and that's really all I need. And then this will just go right back in my fridge. And another ingredient that I'm going to throw in here is coriander, which are actually the little seeds that come off of cilantro. So I had some in my garden, so I crushed this up with my mortar and pestle like this until it made a powder. Can you see that? That's about a tablespoon worth, and I'm going to pour that in, and that's it. Then all I'm going to do at this point is pour in about 3 cups of water. I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to cook it in my crock pot for about 8 hours on low. Or I could put it on for about 5 hours if I put it on high, whatever my schedule is going to permit. I'm going to check it at some point, probably In the morning when I wake up, I'll check it and give it a stir. If I need to add a little bit more water, if the lentils have really absorbed all that water, I can add some more, depending on how soupy I'd like to make it. And then at that point, once it's all cooked, I'll be adding some salt, some pepper. If I feel like adding some hot sauce or cumin or whatever seasonings I want, I can doctor it up at that point. But for now, it's a simple, easy, delicious lentil soup. Lentils are full of proteins, great source of protein. All these great fresh veggies in here that are going to slow cook and simmer are going to be really healthy. And this is an extremely inexpensive meal because lentils you can get the 1 pound package for about $1. And if you can get things out of your own garden, the produce is free. So I encourage you to give this a shot. It's really delicious. I know your family's going to love it. You can serve it over rice or over some potatoes, and you've got an absolutely wonderful meal. Serve it with a salad, and you're going to love it. All right, let me know what you think.